plus plus of b, or a minus minus, or minus minus of a. So this similarly we are performing the operation in other programming language of increment, decrement, equality, arithmetic. We can do all that things in Dart also. Now the next part is decision making and looping. So in decision making we are having three parts, which is if else and switch. So let me show you one section of if. Like if value of a is equal to value of b, then only return return a plus b. That is, if value of a and value of b are equal, then only return the summation of a or b. Or we can say, or we can also do that if value of a is less than or equal to value of b, then only return the summation of a and b. So on clicking this, the program will be executed and the output will be available in this part. And we can also see that equal to object, this documentation is available inside this documentation part. So this was the implementation of if part. Similarly we can also implement that if a value of a isn't less than or equal to b, then we can return a minus b. So if the value of a is not greater than not less than b, that is if the value of a is 20, which is not less than b, so at that time the condition will this if condition will not be satisfied, then the execution will be transferred to this else part. So on running this program, our output will be a minus b, that is 5. Now uh, we uh, we are having four types of loop, that is for loop, for in loop, while loop, and do while loop. Like if we can implement for loop as integer I is equal to 0 to I less than 5, I plus plus, and we can print the value of I. So this is the for loop. So I am having, okay, no error. So let's run this program. So the output will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And last one is value of total is null. Why? Because we are not returning anything. So we can also return something from this. Return a plus b. Run. So now the value of total is 35. Now after decision making and looping, we are having comment part. So in that we are having three types of comment. That is, first one is single line comment, which can be implemented using double slash, this print a value. Or we can use multi-line comment, which is slash star and star slash. So this is multi-line comment. And the third one is documentation comment, which can be implemented using triple slash. So these three type of comments are available in Dart. Now the next part is continue and break. Okay, so what is continue part? So if I is equal to 5, then only print the value of I, otherwise continue. So what this continue keyword will do, so whenever this this condition will satisfy, at that time this print statement will execute, and after executing that, the iteration will continue from this for loop. Anything specified after this continue statement will not be implemented. Like if I print something over here, so this will not be implemented because I am transferring the control to this for loop after this print statement. So you can also see that information is available at right corner, that this print statement is that code, that it will not be implemented. So we can see that by using or by running our program, so the output will be so. When I is equal to 5, that okay, this condition is not satisfying. Why? Because we are looping uh, until the value is 4. So we can make it like if I is equal to 4, so this will run, that the output will be 4, and after that the iteration will continue, and after that this code warrior statement will not be executed because the control is returning to this for loop. And now if we are using break keyword instead of this continue keyword, then after satisfying this if condition and printing the value of I, the control will be break from this for loop, and the execution will be implemented, or the program will be executed. So the output will be 4, and after that value of total is 35 will be there. We can also see that on hovering this part, it is showing us that dead code. So the output is 4 and value of total is 35. Now after that we are having after continue and break, we are having final and constant keyword. So we can also use final or constant keyword to declare that our variable value shouldn't be changed at any cost. So value of A is A and B is, so this will return the value of A and B, which is having type final and constant. Now if we try to change the value of B, then it will show us error that constant variable can't be assigned a value, that once we declare our variable as constant, then we can't change its value. Or if we try to change the value of variable which is declared as final, then also we can't reassign the value of that variable. So the error is the final variable A can only be set once, that if we have initialized value once, then we can't change its value. So after that final and constant, we are having object oriented programming. Okay, so now object oriented programming consists object and class part. Now, as similar to other languages, in that also an object is an entity which has state and behavior. It can be physical or logical. And in that, as I have mentioned earlier, every value is object. Even primitive values like text and number, double, these all things are also one kind of object. And now, what is class? So, class is a collection of objects. It means objects are created with the help of classes because every object needs a blueprint based on which we can create individual objects. Now, class consists of fields, methods, constructors, getter and setter. So, let's start with the implementation of class. So, now we can implement or we can create class using keyword class. I'm going to create one class of a car and going to declare variable which are color, brand. Okay, and going to create one method which is returning a text. Method is called. Now we can create the object of this class and can access the values of variable by using that object. So we have declared one object of class car, and now we can access the value of the variables which are declared inside the class car. Now we can print the values of this variable. And we can also call the functions or method of the class car, and this will print the values of the variables as well as methods. So first one is red, value of color, second one is brand name, and the third is method which is called using the object. So in this way we can implement or we can create the class and can create object of the class and can access its variable as well as method. So this was all about the Dart programming. So now we will continue with the next part in next video.